until 21 young people died in a mysterious tavern tragedy in Enyobeni. Few people in South Africa had heard of Scenery Park in East London. A month after the tragedy, there are still questions around what led to the deaths. Police are currently going through a process of elimination, but toxicology reports are not yet conclusive.
All 21 of them had methanol in their blood, but we still need to get the quantitative levels.
Whatever the findings, one thing is clear to residents of Scenery Park. There are simply too many taverns in the area, and it's leading to underage drinking.
They're so young, they're drinking. That is the problem. It's a really great problem.
TimesLIVE mapped the area to try and find other recreational facilities available to the youth. We found 19 taverns, 1 sports field, and 2 poorly maintained parks. Residents say they often see violent crime around these drinking spots.
Enyobeni tavern, the one that killed the 21 young children. Yeah. It happened there. First one, I was shot here. And the other 2 bullets, they went in here. Yes. There's a bullet here and there's the other one here.
So if you bring in your gun or whatever, it must be kept at the end, at the entrance. It must be kept by the bouncers or the security person that is there.
Why he was inside with the gun, which is their bouncers are failing. It happened on the 15th of April on the Easters. Nothing happened. I was just asking the guy who was inside what he was doing inside with the gun. And then the argument started there. So I even asked the bouncers that how can you let somebody who has a gun inside? But they didn't care. So that's when the argument started. And then the guy just took out the gun and shot me.
The Eastern Cape Liquor Board says it's difficult to regulate underage drinking due to a lack of inspectors.
We're having very few liquor inspectors. In total, we have 16 liquor inspectors that have to look after 7,500 liquor outlets in the province.
TimesLIVE met a church youth group at the sports grounds. The group brought their own netball poles. The sports ground had recently been maintained due to the mass funeral for those involved in the tragedy.
I think when there is no, when there's no space or recreational activities for young people fall prey into these taverns and into other things. So you see, they say that an idle mind is a, what is that saying? Is a devil's playground. So if we don't have such activities for young people, then you are saying to them, go to your taverns, do other things that are not for young people. And that is why you'll find stories such as Enyobeni or whatever. And these are not the only things that happen here in Eastern Cape. But when you look at South Africa, especially townships, there is less recreational activities for us black people. When you go to your more civilized places, your urban areas, you'll find these recreational activities. But for us who cannot afford, we don't find. So we had to create these things for ourselves since we can't, well, they are not being created for us. As you see this is just the ground and we're just making the best of it, I guess. Yeah, 10 Ks. We actually had to walk a good distance to get to this. So it's quite sad. But yeah, we had to walk 10 Ks to get to this the most basic ground that we can have access to.
The community created their own soccer field, but children often get hurt because without any help from local government, the grounds are not maintained.
Government asiphi support sizokwazi ubana sibe namabala for abantwana for udlala indawo zodlala netball noba zi-activities noba zintoni noba ngumusic kwenziwe ntoni nanto zodlalwa ngisho kubone so that bangazokwazi bahamba bheke tavern yayiva bayazi ba ngeweekend we have something to do siye endaweni ethile you know ne ewe so that bangazuyibona itavern iyo lanto important kubo because ngoku bayibona ialcohol i-solution yabo iyona nto ibalulekileyo kubo yane so ndicela nini nisincede because singomama I am mother of 2 yayiva ne una 10 years so angadlala ibhola apha if kungalungiswa kube right apha because even kunebhotile apha iglass uyayiva ne kunebhotile bayahlatywa akho nto right uyabona.
Police say they are trying to fast-track the final toxicology findings, but it could take several months.
On that, we are told that the thing takes between 12 and 18 to 24 months to get the results, but they are moving faster so that we are able to know, and the parents are able to know.
The families of Scenery Park believe improvements to recreational facilities will help save lives in future.